We live. You know how I like it, girl. You know how I like it.
Kid LAROI and C.
Kid LAROI.
What's up, Army? Welcome back to Redemption 46 Studios. I'm Nick.
I'm Zach.
Keith.
I'm dumb.
Y'all know the vibes. Y'all seen the picture. Y'all seen the thumbnail. Y'all know exactly why y'all here. For Kid LAROI, Jung Kook, Central C, too much. I hope it's not too much for you to hit that subscribe button and become a real redeemer today. For too much fire-ass content, jump on the Patreon. There's going to be some exclusive Jung Kook, BTS stuff up on there. Bon Voyage is back. Run BTS. We might be getting into a crazy choreo battle today.
Damn, son.
Jung Kook.
Find this?
We might be doing 7 versus 3D today. Jump in the comments. Tell us how y'all feel about this. Let's get into this reaction. Before we get into this, is it? You think there's gonna be a certain sound?
Turn up.
This gotta be like drill or like rap or like
No, I don't know.
With Central C.
was like Central C. It's because it's Central C and Kid LAROI. Like it gotta be like.
Yeah.
You don't think it'll be like
Nah,
I'll do the same thing. You don't think it'll be like that?
If it is, and if it is, and it might be the first time I've heard like Central C on that type time. Normally, it's some type of like.
Get up and dance.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that also depends on how much of a role does Jung Kook have on the song.
Yeah. Are y'all familiar with both artists, with Kid LAROI and Central C?
Kid LAROI, yes. Central C, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay. Like I've seen Kid LAROI before, but not Central C.
Central C is amazing. We could jump into this though. I'm on my Jung Kook. I could kill you with one look. Oh! They got flavors in here.
If you had the chance and the time to spend, would you do it again? Would you do it again? Was it too much? Was it too much? Now you call your friends 'cause I'm gone again. When I'm back around, would you do it again? Was it too much? Was it too much? So tell me what got in the way and how I thought it was good that it changed. And I said I'm sorry again, or I can never get out of my way. It's the story of what draws your face. It's the lie that you do is complain. You keep on throwing it back in my face, and now you're telling me I need some space. So laying in my bed, tripped up the shoes now. I'll be there before I'm without you now. Realizing I'm addicted to you now. Go ahead, baby, relax and cool down. What you saying? Hit me back, what's the mood now? In my brain, no one else is just you now. Let me love you the way that I do now. I never knew now. If you had the chance and the time to spend, would you do it again? Would you do it again? Was it too much?
Hashtag pressure.
Was it too much? Now you calling your friends 'cause I'm gone again. When I'm back around, would you do it again? Was it too much? Was it too much? Was it too much?
Am I doing too much? Do you understand my slang and get my sense of humor? When your girlfriends tell you I've been fucking around, would you believe me if I told you that they're lying and that's just a rumor? Send you my personal driver, man, this ain't just a Uber. You know it's serious when you stay in mine and bring a toothbrush. Extra panties in your bag and some makeup removers. You know I'm hardly on my own 'cause I stay with the shooters. She call me daddy, she got issues, I am not a father. Hop off the boat and take the jet, leave the yacht at the harbour. She injecting with a Zempic, tryna stop her hunger. I went before you came so I can fuck you longer. S650 chauffeur driven, just type your address in. Pack your bag and we can board the next flight, we can check in. Make sure you check that you ain't forgot your antidepressants. Before I fly you out again and you made me regret it.
Set time, pull it up, and take one to the head, top down, almost crash, 'cause I'm looking at your tears, begging for it, and you're mad.
It doesn't say featured. No, I don't think it was too much. I think that was just enough. Maybe a little bit more. Well, before we start everything, make sure you guys are subscribed and definitely jump on the Patreon. There's going to be some exclusive JK content up on there today. For y'all that been on the Patreon, you know how fun it is, man. Go over there, man. We're going to holler at y'all. Peace. So, now, first off, I want to say, shout out to Jung Kook. I think with the limited information that I feel like I have in the K-pop world, he has to be having the best year in K-pop ever. To be able to do what he did with Dreamer for the FIFA World Cup, to be able to jump on the track with Lotto, to be able to jump on the track with Jack Harlow, and then to be able to jump on here with Kid Laroi and Central C, I think is amazing. What I like about the track is really the vast difference that all three tracks are. None of them sound repetitive, yet they're all pop songs. Which is very hard to do sometimes. Sometimes when something is working for you, I feel like people tend to kind of keep running with it since it ain't broke, don't fix it, type time. And pop can be very repetitive in itself. So I like how none of the songs all sound the same to me. The song is a banger. I wanted Cookie's part to punch me a little bit harder, if I'm being completely honest. And that's not no slack, no knock on him or anything like that. I just felt like I wanted a little bit more from him because it felt like Kid Laroi had a majority of the parts. Central C had his whole verse, but his 16 felt like the 32 or something like that. Mm-hmm. But like I said, it didn't take away from anything that Cookie did on here. I think he blended very well, the same way he does with every artist that he ever works with. He didn't get left on here at all. It wasn't a situation where I felt like anybody outdid him or anything like that. Selfishly, I guess I just wanted a little bit more Jungkook on the track, just because the parts that he was on was phenomenal. I actually wanted him to get into some more rappy cadences, and my review probably would fall under expectations versus reality as opposed to any other real harps, because the production and everything was solid on here too. But I'm gonna let everybody talk and then I'll jump back into my mix. Y'all can feel free to just run rampant.
Just real quick, I did look it up. It's a Kid Laroi song.
Okay.
So
then that changes my whole perspective. Sorry.
I just had to make sure it's under Kid Laroi, the Kid Laroi everything. So it is interesting that he picked JK to go on this song as well as Central C.
I'm assuming they label mates. Huh? I feel like they label mates.
I think so.
I got you.
I'm not gonna lie. If you saw my face during the reaction, I kind of made a couple faces during Central C's part. That's kind of because I was kind of waiting to see how he sounds with this type of beat. Because me personally, I've never heard him on this type of production. Like me and Nick were saying before this, when we were listening to Central C, it would be more like a drill type beat, like a New York type. But this, it was definitely interesting to hear him on a different type time. I like this a lot. Video wise, it was dope. I like how they were all on a magazine. I didn't like how she spilled the water on, I think, JK. And then she burnt the Kid Laroi with the cigarette. She was having some issues, but that's not here nor there.
She was doing too much?
Yeah, tell me about it. I like this, though. This song was definitely a download to me. I was definitely listening to some of it on my phone to see if the production was the same. And I feel like the production is better on the phone. Speaker-wise. The song is great, though. I had to clarify because, the song's fire. It's much better.
He's He's under Columbia. Yeah, which I think is partnered with Sony.
Yeah.
I'm a mistake, yeah.
One thing that I liked about this was that, or this video, was that it had a catchy beat. The whole time it kind of had you grooving. It was it was light enough, but it was catchy. It wasn't too deep into drill or anything, which was a cool I guess for me hearing that guy. What was that guy's name?
Central C.
Central C. Yeah, hearing him for the first time, it was nice. I felt like he was good at, at his part. But you were saying like he came from like a drill background and stuff like that, which is interesting because this isn't even like we were all saying like nothing close to drill or anything like that. And hearing Kid LAROI again, I've seen him before, and this sounds like a catchy vibe of something like what I've heard in the past from him, and like overall I really enjoyed this video and this song, to be honest with you. One of the coolest things was like I saw in one part it had like a mirror image, like there's like water or something, and like you could see like right here, like it was just nice to see that that reflection that they were creating and all that stuff. But yeah, overall I enjoyed it.
Before you go, Keith, sure. I do want to figure out, like, if Redeemers can please let us know, how did JK get with them? Because Kid LAROI and Central C are on the same label.
Both Columbia.
Yeah.
It'd have been through Scooter Braun or somebody. He would have connected the dots. If JK would have asked Bang PD to, get on a track, he would have made it happen. And if Kid LAROI want anybody on a track, it's gonna happen. I can assume it's gonna happen and shit. There is like 10 to like 15 artists that I feel like if they kind of ask for something, the label will probably get it and shit. If y'all do know more information, y'all can. But I would assume someone reached out because artists like Kid LAROI and them be knowing K-pop artists and other stuff too. And I think at this point, no shade.
You know the temperature.
Yeah, like with no shade in the sense too of like BTS have transcended like just that K-pop market. Like they no longer just kind of. I don't think people would just be like, the K-pop artist BTS. If they did, then that'd be like someone's first time under a rock learning about them. Yeah, the boy band. I think at this point, people would be like global sensations, BTS, and then all the members respectful. But I'll shut up.
I remember watching a movie trailer for Scream, and they highlighted Drew Barrymore in the trailer. Same thing with Stomp the Yard. They highlighted Chris Brown in the trailer, and then you go to the movie, and you probably get like 5 minutes of those stars. And it's like almost like a bait and switch. But that being said, you said this was a Kid LAROI song, so I get it. But I don't feel like there was enough JK in the song. I feel like he probably got kind of the way some of y'all felt when y'all listened to Angel. It's kind of how I feel about this.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like there could have been way more JK, because even you could say JK got the hook, but even some of the aspects like Kid LAROI singing the hook. So if you're gonna sing the hook, and I'm supposed to be singing the hook, what am I doing here? Unless you kind of just using my name to get those couple extra million views, just a few million views. And like try to pull from my fan base. Like I would have liked maybe for him to have a singing verse on here, or because he can rap, give him let him rap on here, something. That being said, that's probably the only negative I do have about the song. The production was fire. I definitely liked the video. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, the production, especially like the bass line, kind of reminds me of I Need a Girl with Usher. But all in all, like I thought this was a good joint. This is definitely something I would download. There's a fire track. I do like the little nuances, like JK when he's by himself, he has like the purple background, the Bora Hey purple, kind of like BTS, Army shout out sort of thing, like, and I mean that kind of nod, if you know, sort of thing. It's definitely a fire joint. I would definitely listen to it, but I do feel like maybe JK was used as a marketing ploy, instead of like an actual vital part of the song, like he probably could have and should have been. Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I just want to. It's trying to hear if I heard like a sample in there and shit.
Probably the voice. But they don't even play the whole song. They cut it when the verse starts.
The first they were saying they thought this was the song that he was going to sample, "So Sick Neo," and I for sure don't hear.
I definitely don't hear that.
Don't hear that sample in there.
So sick of
Yeah.
No, not even from a melodic standpoint.
Yeah, and I agree with you, like Keith. And like I said, I know that take may sound very selfish, especially maybe going into it thinking this was more of a kind of straight up collaboration as opposed to it being somewhat of a feature. It's ironic the song is called "Too Much" because I feel like they didn't have JK do too much, kind of like on the track.
Yeah, I didn't want to be like when you said I like JK's part, I wanted to say what part, but like I didn't want to like
I mean, he was relegated to like basically pre-chorus and some of the chorus, and like I said, my take comes from selfishly wanting him to have a little bit more, and also wanting. I think I would have liked him to kind of sing rap on here, or to kind of jump into like maybe like a different tone or a different cadence. Like I said, I do feel like it's different from 7 and from 3D, so I definitely appreciate that. Like, it's a lot to be said where someone can drop like 5 or 6 songs for the year and none of them sound the same. So I applaud him for that, and I'm honestly just happy that he has the opportunity to be in these rooms with people who really are his peers in music now at this point, and really just shine. Because I also think no one like it took away from anything as far as like him being in here. It wasn't like, yo, they ran this joint. What was he here for? Like it wasn't like any of that energy.
No.
It's one of those things where like that I'm not trying to sound mean to like Central C or Kid LAROI, but it's like the most talented person in the room should have been going a little bit more.
No, that's exactly because I was gonna say I feel like these songs, especially when BTS does features, should be equally reciprocal as far as the amount of space and time that they get. So again, Angel, again, Too Much. I feel like all the other artists are getting some look at and some shine from people that probably maybe would or would not listen to them because they have BTS featured in their songs, and it's not being equally distributed the other way around. Like JK's verse is the aspect of the song that he sings is so minuscule. I don't feel like it's even. You know what I mean? Like Kid LAROI and Central C are going to get a lot of eyes that maybe they would not have gotten because JK is in the title. And I would have thought you would have at least kind of rewarded him by giving him at least equal parts of the song.
What I will say too, and to be fair, is I do feel like this actually though is a good fair trade-off. Kid LAROI has billion view videos by himself.
No, I get it.
Central C has a big, obviously like a UK brand and a brand over here. I'm at least I don't get the feel like this was for clout purposes. Because sometimes I feel like people, and we've seen Army, Jason Derulo, we've seen people use, like, kind of just straight up, like, would just use them almost to get, like, their highest charted song or to kind of get, like, a billion view song and anything like this. This does feel organic. It feels organic, and it feels like, something, at least it felt organic to me. It didn't feel like someone just was like, yo, we got him on here. Yo, he doing a pre-chorus, and that's it.
So this is what I would say, right? If I were to listen to the song, I can tell what Kid LAROI does. I can tell what Central C does. And maybe I can tell what JK does. You know what I mean? Like, he's on just a pre-chorus.
Yeah, it was...
And just to say, oh yeah, well, he's a singer, it's not giving him this full...
This like an unfair beat for someone to kind of find out who JK is on now.
But he could kill this beat.
Nah, he could and shit, but I feel like, he really would have had... Because, like you said... I don't even think you fully get who Central C is on here.
I feel like this is only for a Kid LAROI.
This is more of a Kid LAROI sound.
Central C has nothing like his sound, so I definitely.
And I've heard him on trap joints. I've heard him on joints that just aren't drill music. Yeah. Like I've heard him on trap beats.
But even so, like, would you say that you've heard enough of Central C in this song to, if you were curious, you got enough of him to make you want to go listen to something else? How much of JK did you hear that you could actually say, hey, I want to hear something else?
I thought the vibe was good enough for you to want to see all of them and shit. Like, obviously, like I said, Kid LAROI would be the person that you probably would, I think, has the thumb, like, on the heart of the song, just because he's kind of throughout everything. Central C is there, but like I said, this, this is discount Central C. I think, and I don't think he gave him like a bullshit 16. I think his verse was clean, but like he be snapping, he be snapping on shit. Like so, this was chill. It wasn't too much. And it's ironic because nobody is doing too much. Like JK isn't doing too much, and like I said, I know I don't want to run on a tangent. I know my viewpoints come from a very selfish point. I always come from the standpoint of I want anybody who encounters any member from BTS to want to dive more into the music, want to find out what's going on. So selfishly, I always want them to just completely knock it out the park, destroy anybody they're on a track with, and just make it to the point where people didn't even realize other people were on the song with JK. And that sounds like crazy, but I'm kind of one of those fans that just like my expectations be, for like that. So yeah. Not too much.
I mean, I still kind of feel the way I feel. I still feel like he should have had more. And because we've heard it before, i.e., we can even go to the other I Need a Girl. Like, Mario Winans had a whole verse as well as singing the hook. So it can be done, it can happen. And we hear in the songs all the time where the R&B will get a verse, whether it's a change of pace or whether they fall in line with what everybody else is doing.
But then I would argue Diddy did least work on that track. And you talking about part 2?
Either one.
Well, no, I thought you talking about part 1.
I thought the production sounded like the Usher one. Part 1 is that's part 2, right?
Yeah,
Usher,
I'm getting mixed up too and shit. But no, the Usher version of Children and shit is more. It's hard to equate who would have played whose role because I wouldn't say that JK is the Diddy of that track because Diddy did. I ain't gonna say he did the bare minimum. He had a verse.
He had 2 verses.
He had 2 verses and shit.
And he talked through the whole track.
Why? No. Why do I feel like? No, I feel like that's Loon track long song.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Loon wrote it.
Yeah. Then if this is your first time hearing Central C, and this is you still early on in your BTS stuff too, would this song have been enough for you to want to learn a little bit more about all the artists?
I was thinking about that when somebody asked that earlier. It was like, when you said that he was drill in this song, I couldn't even tell that he was drill or anything. I would, to be honest with you, I would have thought it was more on this, he would be on the softer side or pop side. Knowing now, that he does drill and everything, I would totally go and watch that, watch him and see what he's about and everything. For JK, I think I'm gonna go with you where there wasn't enough with him to get you hooked, where it would want you to where I would want to go and look him up more just from this video, But yeah, overall I really did enjoy the whole aspect of it. Yeah, but I sitting back and thinking about it, I really do think that I would never guess that guy was a drill guy.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
My thing would be if you came here with a good impression of JK, you probably were already coming here for JK.
He ate. Yeah.
Right, but it's not like, hey, I'm here for Kid LAROI, but by the way, who is that? I wouldn't get that because I didn't see enough of him to make me kind of who is that guy? Central C maybe he had a full verse, and like you said, the verse was clean. So I might inquire and find out, oh, well, he does drill. This is not even type music that he does. But I would at least maybe want to take that step to go see because I thought his verse was so clean.
Yeah, his verse too also felt like a change of pace for the track.
But you could almost still hear the drill in his voice just because most UK rappers, their natural breakup is almost in line with drill. I think drill is almost their natural rap style over there. Just because of the way they break up the lines and the way they kind of that's natural fit into the drill, you know what I mean, kind of thing. So I don't know. I guess I'm like you in that regard. Selfishly, I just feel like there wasn't enough JK in the track.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably I'm gonna probably shelf the conversation I was gonna have at one point, and I can give y'all a hint of the conversation I wanted to have, and I'll word it like this: if BTS was an American group or like a UK group, and they were on a quote unquote like hiatus to kind of handle like business, I would be scared to death with everything that they got JK doing. This feels like JT. This feels like Zayn. This feels like Camilla from Fifth Harmony. This feels like the energy that a record label gives somebody when they're trying to have them. Yeah, when they're trying to have them like branch to see everything.
Like, you coming back for the album? Then hit you with the Magic Johnson. I ain't gonna be here.
But with that being said, I know how BTS operates. I know how JK's heart is, and I've seen 1,000 different interviews, even recently, just for him talking about how excited he is to meet back up with everybody, and I don't think that is. But I'm gonna shelf it because I wanted to like dive a little bit more into like what record labels do sometimes when they feel like they want to push the face of the group, like out there. And I guess most record labels, to break it down a little bit easier, would look at something like, we have one entity that makes us $1 billion. What if we could split that into 7 pieces and make $7 billion off of it? Or even if we split it and we made $3 billion collectively, that was more than the one entity. You know what I mean? And that's just sometimes how record labels think. I'm not putting any bad juju out here. We're just having a conversation. But yeah, I'm a shelf it and we'll talk about it probably like in a little bit. But anything else I want to add?
No, I hear it.
Jump in the comments. Tell us how y'all felt about this. Definitely was a banger. Y'all know us. We're honest here. We're going to tell you how we feel about everything, and we're going to be respectful. We want y'all to do the same thing in the comments. Make sure y'all subscribe before y'all even say anything to us. Also, for more content like this, jump on the Patreon. We're about to be getting into some more exclusive JK content up on there and some more talk about everything that's going on here. My guy got the album coming out, I think, November 6th. I'm very interested to hear what is all even going to be on the album. Is 3D or any of that stuff going to be on the album? But we love y'all. We're going to holler at y'all. Peace. And JK's hair grease. Is it too much? I want a JK to be like, yo, I'm with BT.